So today Nintendo had a business meeting with their investors where they were talking to them about the sales and performance for some of their newest games that have come out this year, and also giving like their forecast and predictions for how they think the Switch is going to do throughout the holidays. And there was some speculation about if Nintendo was going to say anything about their next generation system and the Switch 2, and I just thought that because they didn't get to show us anything about the system this year, we were all hoping for there to be a reveal in like September or October. Obviously that didn't happen, so I was just thinking that they're not really going to say anything new about it. But just today, out of nowhere in the evening, Nintendo decided, you know what, we're going to give you one little crumb of information, but something that's actually very exciting just out of nowhere. So they just said, you know what, forget about the election and everything that's going on right now, take a look at this, and it is something that's very exciting. Alright, so here we are on Twitter on the official Nintendo corporate account itself, and you can see the tweet right here. It starts off by saying, "This is Furukawa," and you already know once you've got a hook like this, it's gonna be something crazy. So it just says, "At today's corporate management policy briefing, we announced that Nintendo Switch software will also be playable on the successor to Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch Online will be available on the successor to Nintendo Switch as well. Further information about the successor to Nintendo Switch, including its compatibility with Nintendo Switch, will be announced at a later date." So there you go. It isn't an official reveal, but this is also some really good information. And so the biggest thing out of this is that you officially have confirmation now straight from Nintendo themselves that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible with the Nintendo Switch. And I know there were some people that were worried about this. I really never thought that this was going to be an issue because Nintendo is always really good with backwards compatibility on their systems. Like pretty recently, like they've been really good with it, like especially with like how on the Wii you were able to play GameCube games, the Wii games were then playable on the Wii U. It was really just like the Wii U couldn't be made to work with the Nintendo Switch, obviously, because the Switch uses cartridges and the Wii U had like those discs, so it would be kind of hard to have like a disc slot on the actual Switch itself, so it was kind of impossible to get it to work like that. But especially with like their handhelds, like we've always seen, like you can play like GBA games on the DS, you can play DS games on the 3DS, like they've been really good with backwards compatibility. So I always thought that there was definitely going to be backwards compatibility for a Switch successor, especially considering how successful the Nintendo Switch is. Like it has sold over 140 million units. There's so many games that have been sold, and so to have a brand new next gen system come out and just leave all of that in the dark and just start everything from basically nothing from scratch all the way on a next gen system, it would have been really stupid to not have backwards compatibility. So it's very nice to hear straight from Nintendo themselves that yeah, you are going to be able to play all of your Switch games on the next gen system as well. It doesn't matter if you have them physically or if you have them digitally, they are going to be compatible. Honestly, the Nintendo Switch right now already has such an incredible catalog of games, and it's just very nice to get official confirmation that you're going to be able to play all of those games on the next-gen system as well, because I'm sure there's definitely some games on the current Switch right now that maybe you just haven't had the chance to play yet, but they do look interesting to you. Maybe you've seen a lot of people talk about them and they seem really exciting, but you just haven't had the chance to play them. This is very nice because it means even if you get the next-generation system and you want to play something from the Nintendo Switch that you just haven't had the chance to experience yet, you can still buy the game and you'll still be able to put it into the next gen system and still be able to play it. This is something that's really great even with like the PS5, where I know the PS5 has been taking really long to kind of get some really big exclusive games for it, and while I'm not really worried about that happening for the Switch 2, it's just really nice because any games like from the PS4 that maybe you haven't had the chance to play, you can still play them on your PS5, and so it's going to be just like that with games from the Switch on the Switch 2. The only thing that could make this even better now is if we get official confirmation that there's actually going to be some next-gen patches or updates that are going to come out for certain games on the Nintendo Switch so that you can experience them with even better quality and fidelity on the next generation Switch 2, because that would just be incredible. Like if you could play like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom with now having 60 FPS, or be able to play like Xenoblade games and they look much crispier and better with the new power of the next-gen system, and just getting updates to have the frame rate and resolution increase for a lot of games that maybe don't run the best currently on the Nintendo Switch right now. That's how you really take all of this from the Nintendo Switch right now in terms of its catalog of games and really take it to the next level on the next gen system. So I'm really praying and hoping that that is something that they decide to do with the next gen system as well. Now this post also gave us confirmation that Nintendo Switch Online is going to come to the next generation Switch 2 as well, and obviously this makes a ton of sense. Inside of that investors meeting, Nintendo also confirmed that Nintendo Switch Online has 34 million active subscribers, so that is a ton of money that is coming into Nintendo from all of these paid subscribers who are paying money for Switch Online. And so to just abandon all of those people and leave them in the dark and not have Switch Online on their next system would be incredibly stupid. So it makes a ton of sense that all of that is going to be carrying over to the next gen system as well. I hope the process is very seamless and you can just like log in with your Nintendo account, have all of that carried over, and it's really easy to like bring over all of like your NES and N64 games and all of that too. And I'm sure they're going to be adding new stuff that's going to be exclusive for the Switch 2 version of Switch Online and everything. So it makes a ton of sense. I hope your subscription and everything can carry over too, and I hope that it's also going to be connected with like both versions of the system as well. And I wonder if that's what they mean about like how they also said that they're going to talk about the compatibility with the current Nintendo Switch at a later date, because I think right now even if you get like a PlayStation Network account subscription, I'm pretty sure you can use that with your PS5 and your PS4 as long as they're both connected to your same PlayStation account. And so I'm assuming Nintendo is probably going to do something similar with Switch Online as well, where if you log in to the same Nintendo account on the Switch 2, you can still have online with like your current Nintendo Switch and also the Switch 2, and you don't have to pay like extra for that or anything like that. So I'm sure all of that is going to be working out really well too. So it's very nice to see that that's going to be very simple now for Switch Online as well. And I am hoping that they can improve the servers and make the quality even better, because if we can get some good online quality with like the games on the next gen system, it's going to be really fun to play online games on the Switch 2. And then the last part just talks about how further information about the Switch 2 and its compatibility and all of that is going to be announced at a later date. So even though we did get this information today, I still don't really see like a full unveiling of the Switch 2 happening anytime soon. I don't think it's going to be happening this year, especially because even inside of this Nintendo investors meeting, they did talk about what they have going into this holiday. And so to have like a whole brand new next generation console reveal just in the middle of all of this right now, it wouldn't make any sense. But I do think that this could mean that maybe we're going to start to see more crumbs of information starting to come out about the Switch 2, and hopefully we can get that unveiling very early into 2025. It would be incredible if it's happening in January and we don't have to wait that long, but we did get the confirmation still even inside of this meeting that it is going to happen still before the end of their fiscal year. So by the end of March, we are guaranteed to know exactly what the Nintendo Switch 2 looks like, what it's going to be called, and get some basic information. So it's just a very exciting time. And right now, one of the biggest things that people have been worried about with backwards compatibility has finally been confirmed that it is going to be on the next gen system. So that is just very nice news to have. But yeah, that is pretty much the latest information that we have right now about the Nintendo Switch 2 right from Nintendo themselves. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well. I'm definitely gonna have some more videos talking about the Switch 2, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about all of this. Are you happy now that backwards compatibility has been officially confirmed for the Switch 2? How do you feel about Switch Online coming to the next gen system as well? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. But if you don't have anything to say about this, just comment your favorite emoji down below for some engagement. I would really appreciate it. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.